it helped me break through those barriers because if you're a perfectionist and always wanting everything to be according to plan, and I know many people are like this in this field, and I want it to be, oh no, I can't do it if it's not perfect. And this helped because you have a deadline, a clear objective, and you need to be done by then. For me, that helps so much. Just having something unlock something in my head that just tells me, hey, you need to get this done, or then else you're gonna just look like an idiot because you have nothing. And I don't like having that. I don't like being told, hey, you have a week and then taking a month. I don't like doing that. So I'm from Switzerland. I've been living here for the past 15 years and been all over Europe before that. I've been into filmmaking for the past few years, I'd say. I've been working in the broadcast television industry for a while, so I didn't do anything narrative, but I worked on some short documentaries or similar interviews, and I was always kind of passionate about films or dramas or whatever, or even theater. And I always had the intention to start doing something narrative. And so I've been more getting into it. How do I get started for the past couple of years, maybe 3 years? And it's kind of hard to pinpoint why I didn't get started myself because I had all the tools necessary. I had the know-how. I had some connections that could help me start out, but there's always some kind of psychological barrier that just told me, no, it's not worth it. Don't, it's too complicated. You have all these ideas, but it's not going to really work out. You don't have the tools necessary. And there's always some parts in my mind that told me, it's fine. You don't have to do this actually, but even if you want to. Maybe it was kind of like waiting for the perfect opportunity instead of just doing stuff and getting started doing it. It was more, I was just waiting for like the perfect idea that I could actually do instead of just learning and getting into it and making progress myself. I was just always thinking about, oh, that would be great, but I can't do it because I have these limitations and I can't really work around it. And I wanted it to be perfect. If that makes sense. I didn't want to make just anything. I wanted to be like a complete feature, complete package with everything. Fries on top, ketchup, everything. I'm mostly self-taught. I started as an editor for corporate videos and interviews. Then I started in sports broadcasting, and I always learned by doing, like camera work, editing, sound design. I always just learned by doing it. I wanted to start film school, but it didn't quite work out. But that was 20 years ago, so I don't even remember how, where, and when. I was compelled to try it because I had some changes in my professional life, like getting not strictly laid off, but mostly having the percentage reduced, working mostly freelance now, and having a lot of free time on my hands. And I thought to myself, hey, I need to do anything just to do something with my I can't just sit around here all day in my home and just do nothing for a year. There's no way I can do that. So I tried looking around here where I live, and everything was kind of weird or too expensive or way too pretentious, if that makes sense. It's way, oh, we're going to teach you how to learn this and this. And I just wanted to make like unique things. And so I found this, and it kind of spoke more to what I expected from a film school, if that's the right term. So like, hey, just get started. It's the get started part that got me. It's hey, come here, get started, make some films, whatever it is. And I had some doubts maybe about what to actually expect from the material, the course material, if it's not something I already know or I know about, if it's just something I relearn, basically. But that was one, and the other one was maybe from the online perspective. It's mostly talking with people online on a Discord server, and not like in a classroom or in a studio working actually with people and making something together. So that was the major doubts, I'd say. I definitely didn't know everything that was covered. I mean, definitely not. I knew some stuff, mostly the editing, maybe the sound parts. But what interests me the most maybe the whole story structure parts, the whole, hey, how do you, maybe some psychological parts of it, like how to get started. You have a week to do it, all that stuff, just the accountability to it, all that stuff. That was great. And I like that it wasn't overly complicated. It was just straight to the point most of the time. Most of the videos were like two to 10 minutes, maybe. Hey, this is how you do it. Here's some examples. Look at this. And I really like that because it's very efficient. You don't have to waste 8 hours a day for 5 weeks somewhere. And you can do it on your own time whenever you want and work on it when you have time to work on it. And that really worked for me. Not completely. I mean, there were weeks where I had 3 to 4 days busy, 10 hours, 10-hour day. And there were some weeks where I tried to put the projects in where I had like maybe a day of work and I had 4 to 5 days free time that I could organize with looking for jobs, contacts, networking, because I have to do that for my professional life. And at the same time, okay, let's clear these 3 days. That's it. And I could do that because my schedule allowed it. I was a bit, maybe not anxious, but when I started, because the first project due in a week, get started as soon as you can, just do it, it's fine. And that kind of brought me a little bit out of my comfort zone because I like to take time and plan things. So that was a bit, not stressful, but a little bit maybe, sure, but also exciting because it's like it's a project somehow for me. It's okay, I'm doing this for the next 6 months. Let's get into it. Wait, I'm trying to find the right word here. Let's allow it to happen, if I can say it. Let's just go with the flow. You signed up for a reason. You can't, too late to back out. Just go with it. So it helped me break through those barriers because if you're a perfectionist and always wanting everything to be according to plan, and I know many people are like this in this field, and I want it to be, oh no, I can't do it if it's not perfect. And this help because you have a deadline, a clear objective. Well, it's not a deadline per se. I mean, you can take a week more or less. It's fine, right? It gives you the deadline wall somehow, and you need to be done by then. For me, that helps so much. Just having something unlock something in my head that just tells me, hey, you need to get this done, or then else you're gonna just look like an idiot because you have nothing. And I don't like having that. I don't like being told, hey, you have a week and then taking a month. I don't like doing that. So if it just works for me. Those barriers, I still have them for my personal life, but I'm trying to work on it, and this helps a lot. I didn't really have any expectations for the length of the feedback, but I was pretty sure it wasn't just going to be 5 minutes or just an email with 5 lines or a paragraph and hey, okay, go to the next one. Because I knew there was like the whole community aspect to it, like the whole feedback sessions and everything that was well advertised somehow. I was expecting maybe something along the line like half an hour, maybe more if it's something where work needs to be done, where there's a lot to discuss, but around half an hour would be my estimation when I started. I definitely saw improvements in other people's work as it got posted every week. And I mean, I didn't have any expectation as to other people's work. I was just there to maybe look at it and learn from the feedback sessions from those videos. So that was my intention from the start. But I was definitely surprised by some jumps from video to video. That were like, oh, last one that was okay. There was some stuff to work on. Feedback session, and then a month later, suddenly, okay, you worked on it. This looks really good now. I like it. And I was pleasantly surprised by it. Yeah, there were definitely projects from other people that, inspired me somehow in a certain way. Mostly the projects from people who were maybe already done or a few months ahead. And doing just research, looking at short films, looking at what other people have done for the same prompt, so to speak, for the same instructions. And people have such a wide array of ideas where you can somehow there's always one where you say, this I really like. Let me try and do something similar. And that was very interesting. And even in the feedback sessions, sometimes like I did where I didn't watch the video before and just, hey, let's take a look at it. And I found a few things. Oh, that I really like this shot. I really like the vibe. I really like the colors or the lighting. There were always something in every project where you can say, okay, this is nice. This I can maybe not steal, but get inspired by. Did learn from other people's projects, feedback sessions. Maybe not in the same way when it's my own, but it's mostly about putting words to things I kind of know but can't explain. Like, oh, I know this doesn't really work. Oh, there's something missing, but I don't know why or I don't know how. I can't explain it. And having those discussions and the explanation of how it could be done is light going off sometimes. Oh yeah, yeah, now it makes total sense. For me, that was the major part. Like sometimes we just watched it and I could tell him, I don't know, there could be something more. And then during the discussion, there was a click and then, oh yeah, now I get it. This makes so much sense. And that was yeah, for my own work, it was definitely a bit more because it's more personal. But for other people, there's always a specific detail. I like having a system. I like it when there are step-by-step instructions on how to get things done, especially when you're getting started making film in this case or narrative. I like it, it's not like you're not on a whale. It's not in a train and you're getting guided to every single stop. By this, it's more okay. Here's a system, figure it out how it works for you. These are things you can use. This is a system that worked for many people. And I like that. It worked for me. I was a bit, in the beginning, I had to kind of find where it worked more or less for me. Like, whoa, maybe I'm not going to use this because I don't feel like it's going to be very useful in my situation. But it wasn't based on, it's not that the advice wasn't useful. It was not useful in my situation. Maybe a bit aimed at other people's difficulties. Yeah, it was guidance is good. It's clear. It's concise. It's not rambling for 2 hours. It's just this is a system. Apply it, get it done, and sure, it's not the most creative you can be. We're not creating, 2-hour masterpieces or whatever, but that's not the point, right? The point is to get started and make stuff to get comfortable. And the system worked for that. The main result for now would be definitely confidence and just knowing that it can be done. Hey, you weren't making anything. Now you made 5, sure, they were short, they were 2 minutes long. There was a progress in how you approached making it, how I approached even other stuff. I already was used to editing. I was used to editing a lot of other stuff, and suddenly more narrative is completely different. There were definitely a lot of things I learned. Main takeaway, progress and confidence and knowledge that I can do it. Didn't really hope to get anything specific. My main hope was to learn, to make some progress in a new direction, and maybe explore some avenues I didn't have before. And that was my main hope. And maybe just learn anything. That happened. I did learn and I did make progress. It was very helpful to be kind of allowed to have your own timeline or your own schedule, because life happens, everyone knows that, and there's that one part when it's self-directed where you're saying to yourself, I have time, I can do it next week or tomorrow or next month. But there's also this other part where it's the self-accountability, where you, at least for me, where I signed up to do this, so I'm planning to go through it as close as possible to the schedule, even though things got in the way. It did happen. There were months where I was swamped or had a lot of other stuff going on. But most of the time, even having the calls recorded and just listening to them on the way to work for 15 minutes or half an hour, there was always moments where you have time to look. If you're considering joining, and if you have the means in like financial and time-wise, and by time I mean 6 months and work a couple hours, maybe 10 hours a week on it, and that's more than enough. And if you think you can't, you can, if that makes sense. That was my feeling at the beginning, like before clicking on, hey, actually signing up, I was like, what's the point? Why I can't do this? This is too much. It's too long. It's too expensive or whatever. There's always this, man, why should I do this? I'm not good enough. I can't do it. I have this all this other stuff going on. You can do it.